White individuals are actually more likely to be attacked by black individuals in this country.
So black colleges are being threatened because a white man potentially killed a white man. Am I saying that right? Yeah, it just sounds dumb because it is dumb. White people, tap in. Help me out. I would like for white people to make some sense of it. Ask your friends, ask your family how it makes sense. White men got picket signs talking about white men fight back.
White men fight back! White men fight back!
Fight who? Fight each other? Everybody know that the only potential suspect that they got is a white man who killed. How did black people get in there? We ain't even did nothing. Charlie Kirk say some of the nastiest things about black people, only to get by a white person. Why are these white men running around talking about white men fight back? Fight who? Was it black people there fighting like that out in Idaho? Were there even black people at the rally? Thugs and gangsters? Because that's how Charlie Kirk refers to us. Stop me when I get the line. This is how he refers to us. Let's talk about why these children at these HBCUs are on lockdown. These young adults, why are these kids being threatened? And this is nothing to play with because there's been a great number of school shootings in the past years, and guess what? They've all been white males. I'm spitting facts, not opinion. What do these black colleges have to do with it?
They say that white supremacy doesn't exist, but this is a prime example of how white supremacy does exist. This is the face of the man who shot and killed Charlie Kirk, right? This is the face of the man who shot and killed Charlie Kirk. This is a face that they like, make this shit make sense to me. How we had to close down HBCUs for something that we didn't even fucking do. We didn't even do. I don't know if y'all remember the school shooting that happened in Iowa, right? Where Donald Trump, his statements was, we're going to have to just get over it. And this is, let me show you guys the person that did this school shooting where a teacher died and a fucking student died. This is the face of the person who shot up a fucking school. This isn't even as major of a topic as the school shooting in Utah with Charlie Kirk. Make this shit make sense. But y'all want to say that y'all are terrorizing and trying to attack HBCUs? This is the face. This is the face. Right here. Of the shooter who just shot up a fucking school in Colorado. It says police have identified the student who shot and injured two other teens at Denver area high school. Shooting before shooting himself, basically. You know what I'm saying? He later died yesterday, or Wednesday, whenever the fuck he died. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office identified the gunman as 16-year-old Desmond Hawley. Do y'all see the difference in how they identify this shooter? Do y'all see the difference? They were just talking about how they have all of these goddamn violent crimes going on with 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds in Washington, D.C., but yet you keep on seeing motherfuckers who look just like this. Let me show you the face again. This face. This one. Scooting up fucking... shooting up schools. Killing kids. Shooting up fucking schools. Don't they all have something in common? Don't they all have something in common? Why wasn't this broadcasted? Maxwell Anderson, 33, is accused of killing and dismembering Sade Robinson, 19 years young, during a first date on April 2nd. You get what I'm saying? The gruesome discovery happened on Thursday of a torso and an arm. Comes after investigators already found several other body parts they believe belonged to Miss Robinson. Where is the anger for this young lady's life? Where's the anger for this shit? You see this face? And y'all tell me that white supremacy doesn't exist. Make this shit make sense. So now Virginia State University, Alabama State University, Southern University and A&M College, Bethune-Cookman University, Clark Atlanta University, Spelman College, all on lockdown. Because of who? Because of what? What the fuck did they do to deserve terrorist threats? What did they do?
So a white man unalived Charlie Kirk. Black people said, well, damn, he don't got to worry about the riots no more, right? Because he gone to hell. White people get mad, not at the man who unalived him, but at black people, and started calling HBCUs and making threats. Now our kids can't go to school. So we need to get the FBI agent Peter from an unknown number, because what he did, he found that whole Kendra. Okay? He found her ass. We need to find all these terrorists and get them locked up. Peter, where you at? We need you.
So several black HBCUs have been threatened with mass shootings ever since this white man was unalived yesterday. It's like, y'all just can't leave us alone. Y'all don't know how to leave us the fuck alone. Shit don't even got nothing to do with us, but y'all are calling up to the HBCUs, threatening them to the point where they're having to cancel after school activities and in school activities because y'all don't know how to leave us alone. The man that lost his life yesterday was white. The shooter was white. Black people don't got nothing to do with it, but y'all always trying to find a way to involve us. And it's really insane at this point. Just like with the whole ICE and immigration stuff, every time ICE is mentioned, the first thing y'all try to say is, oh, they coming for y'all next. They coming for y'all next. This is what I need y'all to understand about black people. We have always been the target. You don't scare us by saying dumb shit like that. What they're mad about is, through all of the bullshit that we've been through in this country, we're still resilient. We still rise. We still wake up with a smile on our face. We still get on this bitch and joke and laugh and smile every day. Mass shootings happen because non-melanated people don't know how to handle when shit is not going their way. Us, we take that shit to the chin and keep it the fuck moving. Is it because maybe, just maybe, the propaganda that y'all tried to sell to the mass media overseas, that we was the problem? Maybe is it because y'all little mask is falling off and people are seeing who the real problem is? I'm a person who really believes in karma, so I don't ever wish harm. Like, I don't directly wish harm on people. You know what I'm saying? But if you expected me to speak out in support of or have any sympathy for someone who wouldn't spit on me if I was on fire, you're crazy.
It has gotten to the point that, honestly, if you are my color, you have to be extra careful, because I don't know why something would just happen and the first people they are like pointing hands or pointing fingers towards are people like my color. So sometimes I ask myself, is it a crime to be in this color? Is it a crime to be melanin popping? Is it a crime to have this set skin? Because it is even barely not up to 24 hours. We keep seeing videos online flying and they're like, oh, you white men, what, retract, or white men, what, blah, blah, blah. I don't even want to say it so much in this video. You get? And at the end of the day, they now find out that the person they are trying to rob this, the community they are trying to rob this to are not even them. So if the blacks are clapping back, they have the right to do that. They do have the right. Anyways, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Sonia. If this is the first time you're tuning in, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for always supporting. I do not take you guys for granted. To everyone coming back to watch my videos, thank you so much. God super duper bless you. And to everyone putting super thanks in our videos, we do not take you guys for granted as well. This video is just for educational purpose. Have it at the back of your mind that we don't support any form of violence here, and every clips and stitches used in today's episode credit belongs to original creators of this video. And with that being said, let us go ahead. Let me roll out the other clips I have for you guys. Then I'll be back with commentaries, because honestly, if you check from the tune and you've been watching my videos, you will notice that my tune is low because... Anyways, let's just get right and continue. I'll be back with commentaries. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share for more videos like this.
This is why we say white supremacy is the issue. Do you see the person, the suspect, the man they are looking for, the man at large? Do you see this man, right? He's obviously white. He's wearing a Patriot shirt. They say that he may be a college student, a white man. I want y'all to stick with me. Now, following Charlie Kirk's unaliving, 3 HBCUs, Alabama State, Hampton University, and Virginia State University have received threats. Threats. For what? The suspect in Charlie Kirk's unaliving is going to be a white man. So why are black people being threatened? Because it's all about white supremacy. And no matter what, white people who are racist in this country, who follow Charlie Kirk's rhetoric, believe that black people should not exist. And so instead of turning on their own people, because this was white on white crime, they are directing their anger towards black people that ain't got shit to do with the situation. I didn't even see a black person in the goddamn crowd. It was Utah. Ain't that like Mormon country or some shit? But no, black people once again, black students once again have to keep their head on a swivel because white, racist, Christian, nationalists, KKK members, Nazis are all trying to target them for what? We didn't have shit to do with what happened to Charlie Kirk. It was white on white crime. So why are we being subject to hate? Because no matter what, we will always be the thing white people turn to when it comes to aggression because they can't take it out on their own people. And that is why Charlie Kirk was detrimental to people that look like me. And his rhetoric was detrimental to people who look like me because we're never safe around people who talk like that.
HBCUs around the country receiving threats, prompting lockdowns and closures. We know officials are investigating right now, but we haven't got specifics as to the threats themselves, but certainly serious enough that school officials have moved forward with lockdowns and even the closure of campuses. Several schools we know of have been involved in this. Alabama State University, Hampton University, Virginia State University, Clark Atlanta University, Southern University, and A&M College in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Bethune-Cookman University. We haven't heard of any reports of violence or any injuries associated with these threats and these closures, but certainly serious enough that officials are not taking any chances, putting some of these schools on lockdown, even canceling classes for the day. School officials tell us from all of these schools that they're monitoring the situation closely. So are we. We'll pass along more information as soon as...
Now there's been a threat called into the Democratic National Committee headquarters. What happened to violence isn't the answer. And this is all over someone who's not actually a politician, mind you. And I blame the president for how far this is escalating, because instead of spreading a message of safety and gun violence not being the answer, he's saying things like this.
We miss him greatly, yet I have no doubt that Charlie's voice and the courage he put into the hearts of countless people, especially young people, will live on.
Here's the courage that he put into young people, which is why we're seeing threats of violence towards many groups of people, because he believed that this was the answer. Also, the courage that he put in the hearts of young people, which is why they're now attacking the Democratic National Committee headquarters.
I'm pleased to announce that I will soon be awarding Charlie Kirk posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The date of the ceremony will be announced, and I can only guarantee you one thing, that we will have a very big crowd.
All of this is celebrating the things that Charlie Kirk did when he was alive, which was fueling hate towards marginalized groups of people. And so if the president is honoring that, what do you think the rest of our country is going to do?
Yesterday, what happened with Fox News and them getting on live television saying that this was a declaration of war and quote unquote telling people that this is the time to fight back. But now there are HBCUs having phone calls and threats where people are telling them they're going to come do some unspeakable acts at the campus. HBCUs in Virginia and Alabama are on lockdown because they are receiving threats in response to what happened to Charlie Kirk. Multiple different people are calling these institutions, telling people to do shit like strap up, insinuating that they're going to come and do harm to the historically black colleges in the name of Charlie Kirk, because we fucking got something to do with it, apparently. It's not just one college, not two colleges, but on the memorial of 9/11, 6 historically black colleges halted all activities and issued alerts stating that campus is now on a lockdown because of these fucking calls. These colleges include Spelman College, Alabama State University, Virginia State University, Hampton State, Southern University in Louisiana, and Clark Atlanta University in Georgia. What the fuck? Reported getting these calls with multiple threats from multiple different people at all of these colleges. 6 different colleges are receiving these bullshit threats, and y'all think that none of this is connected? They're on lockdown, and it is applied to its entire Baton Rouge landmass, which includes its law center. They are making students shelter in place. This is what Charlie Kirk stood for. It's incredibly insane for people to be calling black colleges. Why not call the College of Utah, where he was unalive? Call somebody else, but you're gonna target black people because Fox News told you that the left-leaning African Americans had something to do with this? The man was talking about gun violence before he passed away, and y'all are saying we shouldn't justify gun violence, and then turning around and threatening black college universities. We were always the target, but now since your king is unalived and the other king produced an AI video to talk about it, you target us? This is crazy. It's insane. And some of y'all still gonna say we need to have more empathy and caring and understanding. Saying that no one deserves to get unalived for their opinion, great. No one also deserves to get unalived because they're Palestinian. No one deserves to get unalived because they're Christian, Catholic, or Muslim. No one decides to get unalived or deserves to get unalived simply because they are trans, but no one's talking about that, God forbid. All of this shit needs to stop now because it looks like we're headed towards a CV, and if you don't know what it means, go look.
So that man dies, and now all of a sudden 3 HBCUs, one HBCU I actually went to, Alabama State University, I am from Montgomery, Alabama, are on lockdown because of some threats to the schools. We had nothing to do with that man getting shot in the neck. We had nothing to do with any of that. But because we don't sympathize with racism, now you call our schools and our communities placing threats on us. But you think that's helping your plight and recognizing this man as a world leader in a this, that, and the third, and a stand-up guy. Y'all are fucking delusional. Okay? And this just furthers my point in saying stay away from these conservative ass white people. They are fucking crazy. Literally, they are insane. Okay, there's something mentally wrong with these people. To call threats into schools where there are students living on campus, where people are just trying to get their education, go to class, mind their business, and go back to their goddamn dorm rooms. But y'all are calling in threats to HBCUs because we don't give a fuck that a racist died? Are you serious? Like, literally, this has to be a fucking fever dream.
It hasn't even been, what, 24 hours and they've already targeted 5 HBCUs? And since when did a single black person have anything to do with this? At all? In Utah? And everyone they've identified as a suspect or potential suspect is clearly, very obviously not black? Like, yet again, black Americans are the ones that face the most bullshit, having done nothing to warrant an ounce of it, ever. Like, again, the story, it's almost like someone has to be writing, like the same author has to be writing all of these books, because you're really trying to target black people because likely what it seems like is a white person did something, and targeting education as if black Americans already do not feel safe enough on college campuses, whether it's an HBCU or not, because of people like Charlie Kirk. Like, Charlie Kirk's presence on a college campus equals unsafe to anyone that isn't a cis, white, straight person, usually man. Like, it is 100% all interconnected. Like, the amount of infiltration and lack of safety and violence that Charlie Kirk has already done and now continues to do from hell is just not surprising, still infuriating, and impactful, to say the least. Now they have to shut down operations for a week, like, or the rest of the week at least. This is... When you see the rage and the frustration and the exhaustion of black people, especially black women, don't question it. Don't question it.
Wait a minute, y'all. We have been receiving reports that several HBCU campuses are now on lockdown due to bomb threats and shooter threats. How did we get involved in this, huh? This was a white-on-white crime. It happened in Utah. Mind you, you all do not have the shooter. You don't know what they look like. You don't know who they are. Why are you threatening us? And I would say that I'm surprised, but as the poet Sonny Patterson said, what's surprising when you know the nature of the beast, especially when they've shown the same face for centuries, huh? You all just want an excuse to be violent towards us. This had nothing to do with us. You all need to locate the shooter and leave us alone. Let us go on about our day. We are not involved in this. But this is what you all do. Spin a narrative when you have no information and you're trying to spew hate and violence all over the place. Absolutely ridiculous.
Major extreme breaking news right now. Multiple HBCUs are reporting multiple threats and are currently on lockdown right now. Alabama State University, Virginia State University, and Hampton University all suspended classes and operations until officials figure out if this threat is credible. Students and staff have been told to shelter in place, stay indoors, and to please follow guidance from campus and law enforcement. At this point, no one confirmed who made the threats or if they're even credible. More details should be coming shortly, so please follow along. I will keep you guys updated.
It pisses me off that there are HBCUs across the nation that are currently on lockdown because there is a large quadrant, a group of human beings within this nation who are so intent on misdirecting their anger and their rage externally and towards other things rather than the system itself, and rather than what's helped build and create this, and rather than the rhetoric that they believed in, returning to them 100-fold. Rather than being mad at that, they're misdirecting their anger towards other people groups and other minorities, and specifically towards a people group who have faced the most political violence, who have dealt with the most political assassinations within the history of the United States, except for external world leaders. And that's a whole nother conversation. I swear to you, some of these people will never cease to amaze me. But like when I tell you, this is a prime example of what happens when you dehumanize an entire group of people. When you dehumanize an entire political side or the other side, this is what starts happening, and this is the result of it. And this is where we end up being led to. And so many people have been so apathetic and just avoidant and just completely out of the conversation. And now these very people who have been apathetic the entire time are now full of empathy for somebody, and they had no empathy towards anything else. I've not seen this amount of energy and rage and emotional energy from white people since probably the election of President Obama in 2008. We are truly living in surreal times, y'all. I don't know. I really wish I did, but I don't know.
I think the only crime you will commit is having this type of my skin. Yeah, that's the only crime. And I'm kind of surprised when I see people like my skin acting the way they're acting. Because if a crime should happen in a particular country, I think the first thing they should be able to do is to go into it and get their investigation. And in a country like America, in fact, even in less than 1 hour, they should be able to figure the person out, bring that person on board, and give that person the exact punishment he or she deserves. But you know what is alarming in all of these things? Is the fact that because it is now a particular white person that is still preaching this same thing that was used to him, that is when all of this investigation is coming out left, right, back, and center. Yes, because we've seen countless rumors of people going to schools, peeping children, some injured, some unalive, and so on and so forth. But we never had this serious investigation as the one we're having today. And if you check the faces that they are bringing online and they're telling you that these are the people that actually did this, yes, they are all looking the same age gap, the same face group, and so on and so forth. And it is more alarming that the only thing that some people would do is to rub it in the black community. It's not fair. It's not fair. Because you're not making it look like the only crime that the people of my kind of color commit is for them to be born black. Is for them to be born to this particular community they have been born to. And of which I don't see it as something that is really okay. Before schools are meant to be shut down, or before schools are meant to be giving warnings, or before schools are meant to be giving threats, I think they should have been able to wait and see all of the investigation gathered and then be sure that, yes, this is where this is actually coming from. Because let's be sincere, for those of us that actually saw the videos online, did you see any black person there? I'm not saying there are not black people there. Do not get me wrong, right? Do not get me wrong, so that you don't say, oh, why is she saying there are not black people there? I'm not saying that. Literally, that in all of the crowd, there are not black people. But if you check, 99% of the student in Ulta that was surrounding him, they were white. And now it is finally confirmed that the person that actually did the crime is a white person. So how do we justify the alarms that has been thrown to schools? How do we justify the black panic? How do we justify every single thing that has been going on in the internet? And did you guys, Jesus, did you guys watch that clip where Donald Trump actually made a speech? That was a very good speech. And yes, that is the only thing you will be remembered with if you still choose not to always tell the truth. Charlie was tagged as a man of God. Charlie was tagged as someone that was an advocate. Charlie was tagged as someone that each of his episodes, the only people he usually do attack very well, even if you will not accept with me, are people of my kind of color. Charlie went to the point of even saying it out loud to the Muslim, awful things that he's not supposed to say to them, just because he wanted to win a debate. His debates have been spreading. And you know the good part and the annoying part of social media? Within these 24 hours, Charlie's account has grown higher and the publicities of his video have been spreading wildfire, more than when he is alive. One of the prayer I pray for you every day, if you're watching me as my subscriber or as anybody that will come across this video, is may you not be remembered with bad thing. May you always be remembered with good thing. But throwing thread through HBCU, black formed universities and so on and so forth was never the right thing. And the black people are clapping. And they are going to still keep clapping and keep talking and keep voicing out. That is the era that we are. The era of you cannot shut me down. You cannot make me keep quiet. I have to talk. Whatsoever, let me know what you think in the comment section. That's my opinion and that's my take on this issue. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, like this video, drop me your comment. And lastly, do not forget to share for every other person to get this good news. And every videos and stitches in today's episode, credit belongs to original creators of this video. Have it at the back of your mind that we do not support violence here. We are peaceful people and we want peace to keep reigning, right? Every videos we bring here, they are just for educational purposes. Just let me know your opinion in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And yes, I'm going to be saying bye and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.